Good afternoon. I'm here by this lake in the middle of Florida. And if you looked at a map and you saw this lake, it looks like the water doesn't go anywhere. But in fact, through a system of canals and through other lakes, it finally ends up in the St. Johns River, miles away from here. And that river actually flows north. So a drop of water here will end up going into the Atlantic Ocean by a northern route. As a matter of fact, this is one of the only 3 rivers in the northern hemisphere that flow north, along with the Nile River. But if you only go a few miles south from here, really just 2 miles, right over there, you'll find that if you put a drop of water in there, it will flow south into the Kissimmee River and down through the Everglades and end up in the Gulf of Mexico and finally in the Atlantic Ocean as well. But 2 drops of rain, 2 totally different directions. And it's determined solely by the geographic reality of the state of Florida. The drop of water itself has no choice. Well, that shouldn't be a surprise to you that a drop of water has no choice. But it's determined by the lay of the land. And if anybody asks the drop of water, it would just have to shrug its little watery shoulder. And I think about that because whenever there are storms in life, or, well, looks like we're about to get a real storm here. But whenever there's a storm in life, what does that mean? That means there's going to be resistance to the way that you wanted to go. There's going to be resistance. And yet, unlike the drop of water, you have a choice. You can choose to continue the noble path that you've set for yourself. You can choose to go against the tide, to go uphill, which the drop of water cannot do. Regardless of the difficulty of the storm that you face, and the last few months we've had a lot of storms, that only needs to increase your determination to continue the path you've taken yourself in proportion to the nobility of the path itself. So that insofar as what you've done is to set yourself on a course to learn, to grow, to help people, to make the world a better place, that's worth going upstream. That's worth going against the wind. That's worth going uphill and against the grain. It's difficult, not gonna lie. But for you, unlike our drop of water friend, it's not impossible. It just takes the determination to continue the direction you began before the storm.